Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Sweet. Right. Okay. Cool. Right. Come on, bro. Let me know if you're ready. Use chat, Andrew. It's easier for me. Seriously. Are you on your laptop or your phone? And I'm assuming you can hear me. me know what you're actually. Right. So that's you telling me to play the game. Yeah, I was messaging Steve. Are you at mum's still? Ah, alright. There's about a 20-second delay between me and what you see, so yeah.
War never changes. In 1776, this great nation accepted that armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation. That is why today, July 4th, 2076, 300 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you, the good people of America, so that if the bombs do come, if the end does come, our way of life will endure. But not everyone will be saved. Those chosen to enter this vault must be our best and our brightest. For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself. So as we stand here today, we pray that the world will know peace. But if that is not our destiny, if war must come, we stand together knowing that here in Vault 76, our future begins.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough.
Right.
Today is Reclamation Day. It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
Alright, taking a picture. Gun skis. Play some music. Happy Reclamation Day! Today is the day, everyone. Reclamation Day. We've been preparing for this moment for 25 years. We're ready. You're ready. America is waiting for us. Let's get out there. The Overseer. You're invited. Countdown to Reclamation Day. Who? Everyone. When? 10 PM to midnight. We've opened the remaining liquor rations and the official Vault-Tec party hats. The Overseer will give a speech at 10 minutes to midnight and will lead the countdown. Have fun, everyone. Right. Well, I've picked up the holotape. The most important thing. There are so many just little details in here. It's amazing. Pit boy. I have one of those.
You have been tasked with nothing less than the rebuilding of America. Such a huge responsibility. Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you. When you hear this, it means I've been gone for several hours. I've got my own mission out there in Appalachia. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Did not mean to sit in that bench. Right, let's read this. This note. Did it again. Right. Love note. Dearest Lisa, dear Lisa, dearest Lisa, do you know that my heart skips a beat every time you enter? Your sweet voice rings 2 milk and 3 sugars. Please, in my dreams I long to kiss you. I want. You only know me as the one who makes muffins, delivers drinks. But I am so much more. I have seen the Congo. I visited indigenous tribes in the South Pacific. Too boastful? I want to be with you. I want to protect you. I want... I know, I keep sitting in chairs. Although, to play the guitar, that was slightly different, because you get a bonus for doing that. You get well tuned, it gives you plus 25 AP regen. See? Yeah. What's up?
Mr. Douglas. Hello.
Stupid knob.
So bad. Remember, sir, Radex to prevent radiation sickness, Radaway to cure it. No creature comforts out there, sir. You want it, you build it. Heck of a party last night, eh, sir? Good to see you all together one last time. Drunk, joyous, and not staving off a horrible death.
It
minute
was
by
a
minute.
party. Let's read the Overseer's terminal, because I can. Vault-Tec report. Confidential, confidential, confidential. Overseer's eyes only. Violation VTP 01076. 25 years after the vault door closed, you are to prepare your citizens to leave Vault 76 and begin the process called reclamation. Specifics will be decimated automatically as the time approaches. After Reclamation Day, you are personally ordered to find and secure 3 nuclear silos codenamed Alpha, Bravo and Charlie. If these sites are still nuclear capable, ensure no one except Vault-Tec can access or launch nuclear ordnance. To be clear, even if there are other authorities, whether government, militia or authorized, their claims are to be ignored. Vault-Tec alone maintains jurisdiction. Vault 76 parameters. Confidential. Congratulations, Overseer. Vault 76 is one of the most important projects that Vault-Tec has completed. No expense has been spared on building, staffing, and selecting the inhabitants of your vault. The cream of the crop of America that America has to offer have been chosen, including luminaries and Vault-Tec from Vault-Tec University. The special classes and instructions you received about managing a vault do not apply to this assignment. Vault 76 is special. Your mission is to see to the livelihood and well-being of all of your residents and make sure they are ready to colonize America once the all-clear is received. It is to be expected you will face challenges we haven't prepared you for. Adapt, learn and thrive. America is counting on you. Operational procedures, day-to-day duties. Your job as the Overseer is to see to the overall health and safety of Vault 76, avoid loss of life at all costs. The Vault residents have been carefully chosen for their unique skills and temperament. Due to the aptitude of the Vault residents, you may be presented with unique challenges in maintaining order. As a last resort, each domicile can be locked down and the residents imprisoned for any duration appropriate. Enforced solitary confinement can lead to physiological issues, so factor that in. Although the vault doors cannot be opened from the inside, keep the entry clear of all unauthorized personnel. The security team will stow all weapons and munitions after the armed entry period and will be armed solely with non-lethal devices. If America is to be rebuilt, every life in this vault is special. Preserve them all. Mandatory shutdown. Our studies have shown, even after a relatively short duration of living with the amenities of Vault-Tec, that test subjects can grow to depend on them. That will not do for Vault 76. After the all-clear message is received, Vault 76 will shut down all functions inside of 24 hours. Air circulation will cease last. And you should warn the Vault residents that staying inside the vault can be lethal after this period. Everyone must leave the nests. It is imperative that all residents are focused on the important job of rebuilding America. Reclamation Day. We counted down to midnight. I haven't seen everyone cheer like that since baby number 1 was born. I called lights out a couple hours ago. Had to get security to help a few people to their beds. Then the volunteers and I got all the standees set up, just like we practiced. We need to make the final recordings and then it'll be time to head out that door. I wish I could be there to help everyone on their way, but I know they'll make me proud. Survival first. As instructed, we set up the survival packages. I've advised everyone to run fast and far from 76 as soon as the doors open. We have no information about what awaits us. Vault-Tec says we're America's best hope. Now we'll find out. Annual review. Another year down, our mission continues. Top issue. At current count, 6 residents are under disciplinary lockdown. That's up from 4 last year. The morale officers have managed to quash the worst rumours about Appalachia. Cannibal mutants, burning rain, whatever. But tensions are high. It's generally pretty easy to maintain order. The pedigree of most of the residents is impressive to say the least. But competence sometimes means arrogance, and arrogance means my authority gets tested more often than it should. Hydroponics has been struggling to keep up with demand. I've been loath to institute mandatory rationing, but in 2101 that may be necessary. 76 is full to bursting with people, more than we anticipated. Top successes. The award ceremonies are a great way of stoking the most hardened egos, since everyone's so damned competitive. The low point was someone losing a tooth in a fight over the Best Dental Hygiene Award. The irony. The senior staff has been exemplary as always. Very dependable and loyal. It's been a struggle to keep our overachievers placated, but another year down and we're still here. The Vault 76 World Cup has proven to be a huge hit. The ball damn near broke the jukebox, but the energy in the atrium was just amazing. And deleted files. Been deleted, right. This is the Overseer's log.
Overseer's log, or should I say, direct communication. Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other. There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before. We can't let it happen again. So we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find out there. Or where to start. My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
Final notice. If anyone is found accessing this terminal and is not a member of the personnel department, you will be immediately reported to the security team. No exceptions. Correspondence. Missing Nuka-Cola Cherry. From Daily J. Subject, missing Nuka-Cola Cherry. Just because we're leaving doesn't give any of you the right to steal from my personal stash of Nuka-Cola Cherry. I've been rationing those bottles for over 20 years. If I catch you, so help me God, there will be consequences. About my reassignment. From Sullivan T. Subject, about my reassignment. I realise that it may seem trivial in light of present circumstances, but I would greatly appreciate my reassignment being processed before Reclamation Day. I have worked many years to pass all written, verbal and physical tests to become a sanitation engineer. I have a doctorate of engineering from GSU, and I don't want to end my tenure at our Vault 76 as a soda jerk. Please let me have the accolades I have earned. Thanks in advance. Purge all records. From Security Team. Subject, purge all records. Vault Tech's reclamation procedure is very clear. All records must be purged before our day. To be clear, after Reclamation Day there will be no personnel department. There will be no Vault 76. Any of the projects you are in the middle of are done. If you, for some reason, can't find the time to erase your files, I'll send someone over to do it for you. You can bring it up to the Overseer if you like. Personnel files. A through F deleted. through O, deleted. G through Z, deleted. Unsaved work. Villeneuve R. Previous occupation, Senator, Senior VP, Gibraltar Inc. Education, Doctorate of Applied Communications, Cambridge. Accomplishments, White House Communication Director, 66 to 69. National Debate Champion, 56. Current occupation, Barber. Vince A. Previous occupation, Colonel USAF. Education, BS in Aerospace Engineering, West Point. Accomplishments, Deputy Director of Strategic Planning, JSOC. Medal of Honor 71, Bronze, Olympic Bronze Medal, Decathlon 60, current occupation, Security Officer. Lokma N, previous occupation, Dean of Physics, VTU. Education, Doctorate of Applied Mathematics, CIT, Doctorate of Nuclear Engineering, CIT. Accomplishments, Nobel Laureate Physics, 51, current occupation, Chief Technical Maintenance. Right. That's everything on that terminal.
Remember, adaptability is key. Goodbye! Aloha! Ciao! Arrivederci! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Vaya con Dios! Buen viaje!
Right. Let's go read the security terminal. Right. Vault 76, security instructions. Confidential. Vault 76 is one of the most highly valuable and important vaults in our network. As such, these orders must be obeyed at all costs. The future of America is at stake. Upon receiving the activation notice, your team is authorized to use lethal force. Any obstacle or threat that stands between you and getting vault residents safely inside the vault must be dealt with decisively. When the authorized residents are allowed inside, all other personnel should be considered enemy combatants. The Overseer has special instructions after the activation notice. As soon as the entry procedures are complete, your team must stow all weapons in the specified containers. Further orders will be dispensed even. Trust your Overseer, obey your Overseer. Know that each and every member of your team is selected specifically for the assignment because of Vault Tech's faith in you. If you work together, you will succeed. Incident reports. Drunk and disorderly. Jill caught M. Thompson singing loudly during the night cycle. He got into the reclamation party stores and borrowed a six-pack. Rules say the theft mandates lockdown, but what's the point? In 2 days everyone's out anyway. Threw Thompson in the holding cell to sleep it off. Assault investigated. Nakamura investigated a complaint filed by our old friend Jake. Jake claimed that E. Jefferson shoved him with intent to commit bodily harm. Nakamura found a witness and Jake was gently shoved out of the way after he was laying into Jefferson about being an ineffectual arse. Asked the chief whether we could nail Jake for filing a false report. Chief said that Jake technically was assaulted, though, so it's dropped. God, I hate lawyers. Unauthorized access investigation. Terminal 023B was hacked last night. Sandy investigated, and we've got no idea who did it. The reclamation files were accessed, however, which has the chief furious. What does he expect? Half the resis are goddamn geniuses. How are we supposed to keep them out of restricted files? Doubled up the shift so we have more eyes out there. Like that'll help. Theft investigated. Another claim from Jake again. Sent Nakamura over. She's the only one who doesn't want to strangle the guy. Jake claims he's missing one box of sugar bombs from his room. He's demanding we investigate it. One box of sugar bombs. Told Nakamura to drop the investigation. With reclamation coming, we have far more important things to do. Security logs. Final entry. 25 years of service, no KIAs and one hell of a send-off. I made one last plea to arm the resis before we open. Denied. My solemn hope is generations from now, visitors will come to 76 and read this and know how dedicated their forefathers were. How we regrew America from the ashes. But I must admit I'm afraid as well. If some of the experiments in the other vaults go wrong, it can give you nightmares, and that's only the things I know about. If we can only stick together, work together, I think we stand a chance. Keeping a lid on it. Had to lock down Casey for blabbing about the activation notice. The cat's already out of the bag, but orders are orders. Procedure is be announced tomorrow. But you can feel the excitement. The team keeps asking what to expect out there. The nuke's knocked out our external sensors, so we're blind. Only the secondary Geiger counters are operational. Scuttlebutt gone wild, lots of whispering of who's grouping up with who after reclamation. I worry the biggest threat to the project isn't any threat we'll face out there. It's from within. The resis are a formidable lot, but give them free reign, and Lord help us. Rundown complete. Team tore through the activation notice checklist, logs wiped, non-essential gears, secured reclamation packages, acquired, etc. The whole procedure went down in record time, like we've been practicing for years. Some grumbling about unleashing the resis without the overseer keeping them in check, but overall a good performance. That's all of the terminals in 76. Let me know if you want me to read everything that I come across.
They grow up.
Okay, cool. Uh-oh. Dude, I only have a pistol with 5 shots. Can't kill her. I mean, damage is normalised, but I don't have enough ammunition. She is, however, wanted, so...
The overseer said she'd set up her camp down the road to the south.
Paul, I need you to make the monthly scouting run to 76. Those doors have to open sometime. Don't take risks. Observe for a few days and come back, Maria. Oh yeah, propaganda. Rebuilding the future of a broken nation. Fucking communists. Ah, no, no! Fucking hell, I hate these things. Ugh. Usually they all spawn in this building and scares the absolute shit out of me. Not today, it seems. Not today. Why is she just sat up there? Oh yeah, so what do you think of that being real time? Frog! Help if I could actually fucking shoot straight. Did it? Ah, it just sank through the floor. Oh no, it didn't. Popped up over here for some damn reason. Creepy. I like it. Let's have a look at wooden armour. Right, just one of these. Yay! Wood armour's the thing. Kind of useless, but when it comes with a legendary effect, it's alright. More instruments to use. Let's cook some of this meat stock. Take the potato. Ooh, it's raining. I don't know how well that comes across on Twitch. let me know if it's too dark, and I'll start using the Pip-Boy light. Message to Sam. Responders don't know shit. Every night there's more of them in the sky. Brotherhood warned us all. Defiance has fallen, they said. What the hell that means? Supplies running low. May try to get to Abbey Way, over the mountain. Free states have gone, gotta know more. Sammy, you read this? Get to Abbey. Straight east of here, of the Red Rocket megastop. She knows the Brotherhood is still better than anyone. May angels look after you, because sure as shit nothing else will. And that's the intro. Aww, someone killed a cat. Damn. TP. Ah, hunting rifles. Right. Let's use this to scrap stuff. Scrap some extra weapons. I don't need a golf club. Maybe I need rifles. Maybe I need that. Better. Oh yeah, scrapping weapons is how you get mods for them. So, let's go to modify. So I've just unlocked a bunch of weapon mods for the hunting rifle. Someone new has entered this zone, so basically everything has respawned. Scrap some more stuff. Scrap down some more weapons. Proper mishmash of armor.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but... mutated animals, haywire bots, and... no people so far. We have to be ready to rebuild in... what I can confirm is... hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it. I know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from. I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer, signing off.
supply drop. Cobble box. Stuff on hand. Can you let me know if it's too dark, Andrew? Shit, doggos. This could be good.
Arm day. 3 sets of 12 reps. Let's see. Dumbbell bicep curls, tricep extensions, and back extensions, yeah. Little peeve about the lack of proper equipment. No bother. Chin up. Only 8 more luxury coffins to make quota in backwoods. I mean, flatwoods. Be difficult, given the financial situation around here. Just need to remind them of our friends the Chinese. I'll be back on the plane to Ipswich within a fortnight. Gather it'll be the bench press today. Yeah, again.
I pressed the button. Hush! I think it's recording now. Shush! Hello? Hello there? Oh, I think it's working. I hate these things. This is Willie Mae. And I was asked to talk a bit about my life since the war, to help educate future children someday. I think that's nice. I thought I'd just watch my programs and entertain the grandkids in my retirement. But that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm just glad they all made it to the vault in time, you see. When I saw it in a dream, I knew My prayers were answered. My husband Frank used to work in the mines. Just a bit before the war, there was news of tremors. He didn't come home. I don't know what happened to him or why he never came home for sure. And between you and me, I'm fine with that. Since the war, I've just read my old newspapers and listened to music. It's very peaceful for once, which is just right nice by me. Ever hear of the Watoga Times Atomic Lottery? The winner got 10 years worth of Blamco mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, and Nuka-Cola, of course. I played that lottery for 20 years, and I finally won the month before the war. It lasted only 8 years, though. But who can you complain to? By the time it ran out, I had heard the responders' radio broadcast, so I went out to find them and get supplies. Bless their hearts. Well, I'm going home now. For a bit anyways. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, blast these things. Not this button. Not this one. Oh, oh, here it is. Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry. Tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Tonight's episode, Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods, is brought to you by Sugar Bombs, the breakfast cereal with explosive great taste and 100% of the recommended daily allowance of sugar. Get your morning started right with Sugar Bombs. Our tale begins on a fateful night when a young pioneer scout, Fred Fisher, finds himself in quite the predicament, having taken a spill and fallen into a dark place.
Where am I? Jack? Biff? Mr. Bailey? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Who's there? I can't see you.
Me. My name's Sally. What's yours?
Fred.
Are you okay, Fred?
I think so. My head's a little woozy. Must have hit it when I fell.
Oh, no. Did you get lost too?
Well, sort of. What I mean is that I was camping with my scout troop by the lake near Flatwoods. There were these lights kind of dancing in the sky.
Neat.
I guess. Anyway, we heard some weird noises and the guy's double dog dared me to go look. So I did.
All by yourself? You're really brave.
Shucks. Thanks. I followed the noises to an entrance of an old mine. It smelled awful there, like rotten eggs, but worse. Suddenly, there was this bright light shining down on me. I was super scared and ran to the mine to hide, but everything felt strange. Like my feet weren't even touching the ground. Everything went black, and I woke up here in the dark.
That all happened to me too. We'll just do what my dad says. When you've strayed or lost your foot, do what's best and stay put. They said they'd bring him soon.
There are other people here?
A very good question indeed. Tune in next time to find out the answer in the chilling conclusion of Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods.
Will and Testament. I, Jeremiah Ward, resident in the town of Flatwoods, country of not sure, being of sound mind and not acting under duress, mostly, hereby declare this letter to be my last will and testament. Maria gets the house and everything in it. It ain't much, but that's all I got to give. And she's all I got. I know she's still alive. The responders say the dogs got her, but I know it ain't true. They've been real good to us. Teaching an old geezer like me how to really cook is something I'll give them that. But I know they lying about those dogs. I seen them in the hills. There's some bad folks scoping us out. They took my granddaughter. I just know it. I'll get you back, Maria. I promise. Dude was Rambo. Loot. Join the responders. Yay. Self-service kiosk. Welcome Survivor. This program was developed to turn regular survivors into certified responder volunteers. As a volunteer, your job is to help others. And our job as responders is to help everybody, including you. Volunteer registration here. Transferring course to external hardware done. Report to responder Kesha Dermot for further instructions. Search for system. Dermot. Kesha Dermot. rank, responder, job, researcher, speciality, hydrology, education. Last checked in 25th of 10th, 96. Last location, Flatwoods River. Housing assignment, 3 Church Road. Notes, monitoring water safety protocol in Flatwoods. Conducting ongoing hydrology experiments. Okay. She's by the river. First things first. There it is.
DASA has asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. It seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoga, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned into a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoga to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
supposed to be by that lighthouse. Diagnostics terminal. Analyze water sample. Ooh, that's bad. Conclusion. Water has not significantly improved since the last sample from the same coordinates. Updating volunteer status. Right. Archives. Just a lot of water. Check that. Volunteer testing.
This is my first interview with another survivor, Kesha McDermott. She found me trying to break into a Nuka-Cola machine and showed me a different way. So, Kesha, can you tell us a bit about how we can make sure our water is safe for drinking? Try to keep it to the basics for training purposes.
Oh, it's not complicated, really. Find water and strain out any big particles and chunks. Then, boil it in a pot over an open fire for a minute or two, then let it cool. Should be fine. Like making tea, right?
Uh-huh. You joined the responders a while ago and helped develop a program to train volunteers. So, were you a survivalist prior to all of this?
You could say that. I taught high school kids. I used to talk about this very thing to them. Practical application of the sciences. It's fascinating, but you never realize how important some things will be down the road, do you?
I guess not. So if we were students of yours, what would you tell us about the world now? How can we survive?
That's a good question, Dasa. Well, I would tell you all to remain calm and focus on surviving. The first thing you need to do is get yourself some clean drinking water. It's likely all you'll find is dirty water, but that's okay. We can fix it. Dirty water carries a small chance of disease, and it's a bit radioactive. You'll probably survive if you drink it, but you shouldn't take that risk. It's better than toxic water or nuclear waste, though, which are both very harmful and should be boiled thoroughly first. Got that, Dutha?
Yes'm. Contaminated water should be boiled. Okay, that sounds easy enough. So, boiled water is safe?
It's mostly safe, but still a bit radioactive. What you really want is purified water.
Oh, purified water. Okay, how do I get that?
You can build machines that will do it for you, and that's the most reliable way. Building them requires some space and time and plenty of materials. But on my way up here from Watoga, I found purified water occasionally in supply caches and medical kits. So, keep your eyes peeled.
If I boil water and that's mostly safe, aside from a teensy bit of radiation, what about tea? Most folks around here are tea drinkers, as you know. I recall many a night sipping tea on the stoop, watching lightning bugs, and reading a book in peace and quiet. Tell me that's still okay, Kesha?
Oh, bless your heart. It's probably as good as boiled water anyway. Maybe even better if you add anything medicinal to it. Some survivors add all sorts of flowers and herbs to boiled water, and they swear by it. Personally, I stick with purified water. To each their own.
Okay, got it. Switching tracks a bit. I know you're awfully busy with your latest research in flatwoods. Can you explain that a bit?
Of course. I'm testing local, natural water over time in Appalachia. Gathering data, monitoring the radiation and contamination levels, all of that. I analyze the data in my lab to look for long-term trends and use those trends to determine how we can use the water right now. We use the water for more than just drinking, you know. It feeds our plants, which feed our animals, so we need to know how things are changing.
You got a lot of work cut out for you. I'm glad you joined the responders. That data sounds invaluable.
It is. I've integrated the data collection and research into the Responders Survivors Volunteer Program as well. I am still a
Boy, it's been like 10 years since I did one of these. Dasa said she lost my original one, though. Bummer.
Status. Sending data to responder cache's terminal for additional analysis. Done. Updating volunteer status with the responders database. Done. You must complete one more experiment for the responders to become a full volunteer. Transferring course to external hardware. Done. Report to responder Delbert Winters for further instruction. Okay. People directory. Delbert Winters. Rank responder. Job morale officer / chef. Speciality cooking, preaching / morale. Last checked in 24th of the 7th, 96. Last location Delbert's home. Housing assignment 21 Bridge Street. Notes: runs of Flatwoods kitchens and potluck. Train survivors in food safety. Okay. Let's go find Delbert. Delbert's terminal. Volunteer training. Survivor's basic ribeye steak. Introduction. Instructions scratch the meat from one of the local cows. Toss it into the fire until it stops oozing.
Reverend Delbert Winters here, born and raised in this very town. Lent my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders are on a true mission, you see, helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrongs. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to been thought. So I asked him. I asked how? Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind the dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. Then on, I built...
Automated warning to all responders. Mr. Farmhands are out of control. Evacuate civilians and take down the supervisors. Once they're dealt with, you'll have to visit the server. Again.
Scanners indicate you are made of 90...
Right. Well, I'm going to do this event. Bulk stuff.
Verify scanning protocol. You've been selected for comfort. Welcome to the Vault-Tec farm. Stand still. Your biological material is required. Your cooperation is required. Please stand still.
Mac, we need you, the Scorched. Mac, we need you, the Scorched. We're seen over by Chili's farm. They're staying with us now, but it's only us and the children. All the men are at Morgantown. We haven't heard from them in weeks. We've been away so long.
Scanners indicate you are made of
You've been away
90%
so long working on those
compostable
damn
materials.
books. Come home, tell Margie.
Scanners failing to acquire. begin mulching subroutines.
It's Marge. Marge, I miss you and the boys more than life. Don't think I'm a coward. I'm using what God gave me to help the only way I can. This agricultural center's a chance to feed all the people. I'll get it done. I'm close. I can feel it. Third of the 4th, 93. Facilities all busted. Tried restarting the generator, but fusion core spent. Every able-bodied soul is busy fighting, not growing cops. The people need this. 19th to the 7th, 93. Responders came through with the fusion core, plugged it in, and the whole place lit up. What a sight. All the Mr. Farmhands are hunks of metal. 1st of the 1st, 94. Heard we lost a battle near Grafton. Got to get the farming up before it's too late. People are starving out there. Got one farmhand online. All the VT terminals were fried. Having to figure it out on my own. 12th of the 6th, 94. Success. The whole fleet of farmhands are up and idling. But they won't move. Just got their vocal circuits back online. Keep complaining about fertilizer. Just plant seeds. Any yield at all is better than nothing. 11th of the 11th. Got into the central memory thing of the farmhands. Running out of options. I'm not a robot tech, so I'm doing my best. I can. I haven't heard from anybody, not even Marge. But if anyone's out there, they'll need food. Just got access to the core settings. I'll fiddle with the fertilizer settings. Maybe if I set it to 0, they'll just start planting. Nope. Just started killing everything to turn it into fertilizer. giant teapot awarded the highest honours. Sweetwater blend teas pose a most delicious something and exquisite aroma that are perfectly suited to both a fine evening entertaining and an afternoon quiet something. Appalachia's finest. Visit the giant teapot today. Right. Well, I have a mission to visit a giant teapot. That shall be interesting when we get around.
Detecting potential composting targets. Scanning for further.
Overseers, let's call these personal journals. Not an official log, just something for me. The Agricultural Center, one of my first posts with Vault Tech. I was so excited because I used to come to this same farm when I was a kid. I remember one year at the Autumn Festival, running through the corn maze, going every which way, Mom and Dad yelling after me to slow down. Wasn't gonna happen. I guess I was always hitting life fast. Couldn't just be a pioneer scout. I had to make troop leader. Couldn't just be a good student. I had to have straight A's. God, I miss those early days. Being a kid. The three of us, our simple life. Our simple house. I wonder if it's still standing.
4:15. I'm going to finish up at about 5. Go get some food, sort out my tea. And then I'll probably be back at about 7, half 7.
identified.
Free cooking lessons. Just outside Flatwoods Tavern in the parking lot, Reverend Delbert Winters leads cooking lessons every day, free to all survivors. Come and get fed and learn how to cook the old-fashioned way. Menu: Reverend Winters favours Appalachian chili, corn pone yam, cram burgers. It's definitely meat, well, probably at least some of it. Kindly refer to your local friendly responder for a detailed and class schedule. Fleet training. Updating volunteer stats. Responder database done. Congratulations, volunteer, granting access to responder database. In fact, please. Possum. ammo responders. Responders. The database is now locked. Only volunteers and responders may access it until things calm down again. This is only a precaution until this whole thing blows over and we get back to this country. I just updated it with more information about supplies, so when we get back we can start distributing resources to the survivors that remain. Delbert and Kesha have volunteered to stay behind and take care of the survivors. Other mind recon. Jeff, I hope things in Flatwoods are going well. I had a thought I wanted to share. If we can spare the personnel, I'd like to send a team into Gully Mine. They were blasting in the days before the war, and if there's still dynamite in there, it might come in handy. I know you're busy with the volunteer program, so it's your call, Maria. Pretty good shout, to be honest. So log in. Volunteer. Emergency contact responders HQ. Establishing connection done. One message received. Displaying. Urgent message. A large horde of Scorched is on the move. I might be heading for our main base at Morgantown Airport. All personnel are requested to report to HQ as soon as possible. Bring weapons and medical supplies, Maria Chavez. Connection terminated. Directed. Training volunteers. By now everyone has heard that what happened with Casey and the two young survivors that arrived from Sutton. It's tragic. There were no words, but he just didn't know. And they trusted him, you know. So we've decided that all volunteers must now start as volunteer candidates first. And during this time we'll go over the basics. Food, water, that sort of thing. Casey decided to travel into the mountains to clear his head. We tried to persuade him to stay, but it's his choice. We hope he'll return soon. Self-serve kiosk. The new kiosk should help us handle additional volunteers should any arrive. Lately, most of the survivors are too injured to help themselves, let alone others. But they see the kiosk as a sign that people will be arriving soon to help. We need that help. Hope. Kiosk box. The self-serve kiosk seems to have some issues. The message of the day keeps cycling every hour, and every time I add a new volunteer, it doesn't save the profile or send the information to the admin tab. Interviews. We are the survivors, folks. We are learning how to live out here, and we need the to preserve and distribute this knowledge. Do you know how to make clothing from animal hide? Determine a good berry from a poisonous one? Let's talk about it. Let's tell the world that what we've learned. Welcome. Welcome responders and volunteers. Thanks for working with us. As you know, we are trying to cope with the influx of survivors that need our help. The new volunteer program is going to help us concentrate on medical help while volunteers focus on basic survival needs. We are also collecting data for the responders database, which will help us rebuild Appalachia one day. So please contribute data when you can. Investigate respond base at Morgantown Airport. Nice.
We call it the Great War now. It's not been long and things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben Ami, a responder. I've been working with the responders for a couple of years now. I'm from Charleston originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold, their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I've decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series The Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at Vault-Tec University, final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sirens. I thought for sure my father, a Vault-Tec employee, could take us all with him, but only 2 reservations came through. I refused to go. With my little brother, he went into the vault. They could not persuade me, though they tried. In the end, I pushed them inside it, and that was it. After that, I went back home to Charleston and, well, survived. Eventually, the responders formed, and I signed up right away. It was so hard. The flood. Relocating to Morgantown Airport and now Flatwoods has been... I remain optimistic. Been with them now for, I guess 2 years. We have big plans. We can do so much to help. Maybe, just maybe, we can rebuild enough to be okay. And in the meantime, I will continue to record stories of survivors when I can. We are your history. This is Dasa on me, signing off for now.
Arm day. 3 sets of 12 reps. Let's see. Dumbbell bicep curls, tricep extensions, and back extensions, yeah. Little peeve about the lack of proper equipment. No bother. Chin up. Only 8 more luxury coffins to make quota in backwoods. I mean, flatwoods.
some tomatoes, the uglier the better. Add some beef, doesn't matter the quality, just a handful of garden beans, not the canned junk, and some cleaned up rainwater for the taste. Mix up real good, then simmer over a fire for a good long while. Get a couple of bits of rat meat, smash them together with sticky sap, simmer it in vodka, slap it up on the griddle, and cook till it bleeds out. Just comes down. Sometimes it. Chop up some potatoes in cubes, melt sugars into a husky water to get a brown molasses, mix up and top with whistle. Moonshine helps get you to sleep, but sunshine will keep you awake and regular extra red. If this don't keep you awake, you're probably dead. Potluck schedule, ribeye, every day of the week. That's favourites, ribeye. Tell the story. Remember, set up a trap for who's and use holotapes to try to record their noises at night. Get a lock for the secret stash. Have a Brahmin tubs behind the house. Get a bigger gun or more guns or both. Try to tame a wild dog or a giant cat. Rip Perry, you sweet something. Do you have a giant cat as a pet? Is that what he's alluding to?
Responder Dasa gave me some supplies in exchange for my survivor story. So, hi. My name is Scott Shepard. Things are going all right. I was a nurse before the war, and I guess nothing much has changed. I just work for the responders now. I don't get paid. The government is basically the same now as it was years ago. Wrecked. Disorganized. Cannot be trusted. Everyone knows this. You want to know why the war actually happened? Aliens. You think I'm joking? Listen. Right before everything went to hell, I saw them. I was grilling hamburgers out in the yard with my dog, and I heard rustling from the bushes and a zapping noise. Next thing I know, I'm lightheaded, and I felt myself fall into the ground. And I didn't even have a lot to drink. I woke up, and I saw some little thing run into the bushes with my dog following it. And I knew something was wrong. I found my dog later with a clump of green skin in his mouth. Green, like moss or something. The bombs fell almost 10 days later. 9 days, 19 hours to be exact. That's 235 hours precisely. You know what that is, right? That's right. The atomic number of the fissile isotope of uranium. They had a plan from the very beginning. Why would they come after me first? Scott Shepard, the nurse. Well, good question. I'm glad you asked. They have our blood. They knew which ones of us would survive. This is one big experiment to them. This whole thing was staged. Our lives, our thoughts, everything was designed for us, just like this conversation. Every word I'm saying. Planned. Time to wake up, Appalachia. Find the ones holding the strings and cut the cords.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
Is this thing on? Great. Hello, survivors of this garbage dump. I'm Sophie, and this is my stupid survivor story. This dumb shit go. Oh yeah. Before the bombs, I was a librarian. And now I can read everything all the time. Whee! Look at me! I'm lucky. Wait, no. Maybe as one of those farmers who prepared for the end times. Some sort of religious thing. Yeah, that's right. No, I got it. I was a sweet little kid and lived off some cat food containers in a super duper mart for months near my parents' rotting carcasses. Nobody came. Nobody. I learned how to deal. You should too. The responders are a joke. Nobody helps anybody anymore. Get a grip. If you're not a total idiot, you'll get out of this dump before the responders get you killed. Leave the sick behind. We're better off. Trust me. Whiny babies can stay here and play make-believe, but anyone with half a brain will go up to the mountains and drop the dead weight. Delbert already tried to stop me. Sorry to say nobody will be around to teach you how to eat shit now, Flatwoods. Bye, suckers. Love always, Sophie.
Oh shit, she killed Delbert. What a cow. Although she was. But she didn't make it very far. So, I guess someone killed her. For, killing Delbert.
Looks like you signed up with the responders. Good for you.
Hi. Dasa asked me if I would talk about, how I got here. She asked everybody, so I said okay. My name's Colonel, and I'm 13 years old. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. The bombs and the messed up people and the cows with two heads, all of it. I was bad. Just bad. I cheated on my spelling test. I kicked Chip Wilkins in the shins until he cried. I pushed Rosie McCloy down the stairs. I cut holes in the bottom of all the gym shorts and put glue in the mashed potatoes in the cafeteria. I told Harold Newell to eat 10 dead flies a day in order to grow muscles, and put Nuka-Cola in the rat cage water bottles at the pet store. And, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything. Because my dad said if I wasn't this way, the bad things wouldn't happen. I haven't seen Daddy since the bombs, and I guess he left because of that, too. It's okay. I'm trying to be good now, though. I'm not old enough to be a volunteer, but Dawson said I can help collect food and water, so I'm getting better, I promise. And, Daddy, if you're listening, I promise promise I won't be bad anymore, so you can come back now. Okay? Okay. Bye.
Help! Someone please help me! Please let me out! Please! Please! I'm begging you! Don't leave me here! Please! Please! I'll give you anything you want! Money? Yeah? You want camps? My life savings! I'll tell you where it is! Go to the graveyard behind the church. The rightmost grave. Stand on it. Walk directly across the river. Halfway up the hill. There's a small clearing. My savings are in an old stump. A little bit off the right, I swear. Please, 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 please. Don't leave me here, please. I'm begging you, please.
That's what would actually happen if you were, well, locked in the fridge. You'd just die. Real slow. Would not be particularly pleasant.
Reminder to myself. The responders are good people. They're trying their damn best, for sure. Things aren't good, and stuff is getting worse. Anyway, this is a reminder to myself. A reminder that this gun, it's my insurance. Things get real bad if the food runs out or the water runs dry. I get to decide how I leave this goddamn world. I'm not gonna let myself suffer. I'm not gonna die hungry and alone.
Talking to this? Oh, yeah, am I loud enough? Okay. Hi. What do you want me to say exactly? Yeah, so just talk about how you got here and maybe a little bit about your life. This is a historic document. Go ahead, Tabitha. Okay, so, well, thanks. Okay. I've been sober for 9 days. I got here 9 days ago. My name is Tabitha. And this is my story. I just found out about everything. The war, the bombs, I just realized this was, really happening. For years, I thought the chems were playing tricks with my mind.
hurting my brain. Thought it was the worst trip ever. Every time I'd come out of my haze long enough to look for food, I'd find more chems and, well, they kept going. And I kept seeing madness. Look, I would have been wandering around fighting giant rats and eating garbage if not for the responders. They're good folks. That doc in the church, got me some meds that are helping out a lot. And they have group therapy meetings, and it's good. It's good. I think it's helping. But listen, you should avoid the mountains. They'll just get you mixed up. Get you doing things you don't want to do. Hurting people mostly. I mean, there's so many camps up there. I spent too long there. I couldn't think right. I couldn't.
Oh, it's okay, Tabitha. Remember what we said in the group? Take your Addictol and rest, and things will be okay soon. It's okay. We're here for you.
Yeah. When I feel better, I'm going out west, though. Getting out of this place. Getting out, getting away from the chems, all of this. I feel better every day, but, you know, years of chems, years of rads, years of sleeping in the mud. It adds up. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to sleep now, okay?
Okay. Thanks for sharing your story, Tabitha. Get some sleep. You'll be okay. You're safe now.
Right, her name's Tabitha, and she says she's heading west. Okay. Well, does that mean that she's potentially Tabitha the superhuman? No. Because theoretically she could get to the west coast in time to be captured by the Master and turned into a superhuman. I mean, it's not unfeasible for that to coalesce, so it'd be interesting if that was the case. Colonel Scott over at tablet there. Reminders. Right, so it is 5 o'clock. I'm gonna finish. So yeah, take a seat. Right. Yep. Small menu. Big world. Right. Catch up. Right. So yes, and I am done. Right, I will see you later today. Have a nice afternoon and evening, and I will see you probably in 2 hours or so. Right, I will see you in a bit. Bye.